Welcome to another Daily Neitz, a daily look at classic films, modern cinema, and the world of professional wrestling, and today was another thrilling installment of Monday Night Raw. I'm going to come out just straightforward, on tonight's show. Just like a healthy, meh on this. It wasn't bad, but following last week, with all the twists and turns and Finn Balor's story over the night and Sasha's emotional win over Charlotte taking the title, you're not gonna beat last week. This week had no chance of me coming out of it being like, yeah, it was great. It wasn't gonna happen this week. It's just not how things work. You're gonna have a great show. It's gonna be followed by a show that it can't be as good. If you keep trying to do things like title changes and big stories and all this stuff, you end up with Nitro in 2000 with 21 title changes in a year. That's too far. So I wasn't expecting it to be crazy tonight. I was expecting about what we got, and what we got was meh. That being said, there was some good. There was definitely some good tonight. I loved the opening. Open the show with Sasha Banks. Bring in Charlotte, have them take some dirty jabs at Ric Flair, which I don't like Ric Flair, so I appreciated those shots. Can't believe they got away with them. That and the banana and orange thing that the New Day pulled. But I like that opening, and then having Jericho and Enzo come out to back up the women, that elevates that title so much. And I hope they're not just doing it, the thought just came to my head. I hope they're not just doing it because the women's title is one of the only titles on Raw, that in the US. But having men come out to support, the women's champion, that gives that title so much more weight and so much more dignity, and it elevates it up way high. Because you don't see people coming out to back Rusev with the US title. I mean, you'll see and I'll get to that, but you'll see Mojo come out to support Zack Ryder from getting beat up, but they're already friends. You're not gonna see, let's say, Kevin Owens come out and back up Rusev for a night because he's got the US title and he supports that. No. But seeing Jericho come out, more or less to support Flair than Charlotte, but having Enzo come out to take Sasha's side and hit on her a little bit, which was charming. Normally that would skeeze me out, but it's Enzo Amore. He can do no wrong. Super charming. And then that leading into a mixed tag match, which I haven't seen since sometime last year on NXT. I think they did one with Bayley and the Hype Bros against Alexa and Blake and Murphy, I think. So it was really refreshing seeing a match like that on Raw, which we haven't seen in forever on the main roster, and having, Enzo not work with Cass for once, even though he came in, and Dana wasn't there by Charlotte's side, even though she came in. But it was a nice breath of fresh air, something completely different. I don't like having Charlotte pin Sasha, but it made more sense than having Jericho pin Enzo, which is fine. So we'll accept it. They've got their match at SummerSlam. It's fine. I just kind of wish she would have won in a more dirty way than having Jericho interfere briefly and getting slapped, which, as much as I loved that, it didn't feel like it was enough, and it felt like it kind of weakened Sasha as a champion a little bit, losing in that fashion. But I'll get over it. It's fine. She's still got that belt. I don't remember too much about tonight, to be honest with you. There's already cracks in the Golden Truth. Thanks, Pokemon Go. Although it's nice that that's a really timely reference that they're making, and it's not oh, he's super into Candy Crush. He's playing Candy Crush and getting distracted now. No, it's everyone's playing Pokemon Go right now, and it makes sense that, R-Truth will be playing and maybe getting too into it, and it's ruining his shot with Goldust and their tag team. But losing to the Shining Stars is unforgivable. But yeah, so that was a thing that happened that I remember. I don't remember a lot because there was not a lot memorable tonight. Cesaro and Sheamus had a match that Cesaro won for a future title shot, which is awesome. He's had Money in the Bank matches and number one contender matches and all that, but he hasn't had a title shot So I'm really looking forward to that whenever that happens in the future. Should be awesome, whether it's against Finn or Seth. Should be great. Also, that main event, Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. Seth makes sense that he's winning. He didn't have a match last week. He's got to look strong going into SummerSlam. Makes sense, so I'm fine with Sami taking the loss. It was a good match and put Sami right up there in that main event picture where he should be, especially after that feud with Owens. And it should be interesting to see Owens and Jericho together as well. Just flowing through there. I'm not going in order with the show. I'm just going with whatever fires in the brain space right now. Owens teaming with Jericho against, I think, Enzo and Cass is what's going to happen. I like that. Owens is... I prefer him in the ring to Jericho. Jericho is getting a little old and a little slow in the ring. He's still got it. But I think them together on the microphone should be great. They had some good promos leading into like Money in the Bank and some other whatever it was before that they were in together. There was like a 4-way for something, I think, or I don't remember. But like they've had some good promo work together before, and they play off each other very well. So I'm looking forward to that. And then with the vocal skills of Enzo and Cass on top of that, yes, please. They could have a rap battle instead of a match at SummerSlam, and I will be a happy camper. So that's fine. There was nothing really bad, just nothing really jumped out at me tonight as like really spectacular, except for the opening promos, and of course, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman being the all-star, like one of the best public speakers in history. I'm not promo guys, not in terms of wrestling. He is one of the best public speakers in history. You can't help but hang off of every word. When I watch Raw, a lot of times if there's a promo section, I'll fiddle on my phone and just listen because I don't need to, watch. I know what the people look like. But with Heyman, everything gets put down. And you watch Paul Heyman because you know everything he's saying is true. Whether or not it's scripted, whether or not he's trying to tell a story, or he's lying, blatantly lying to you, everything he's saying is true. Because Paul Heyman is saying it, and he believes it, and because he believes it, you believe it. Whether or not he actually believes it. And he's just that good and that engaging, and I love hearing the man talk. And of course, he's the best thing that you could do for Brock Lesnar. I was so excited when I saw him pop up on the screen, too, because there were rumors going around that Heyman wasn't going to be on the show tonight. It was just going to be Brock making an appearance because there were some contract issues. But Heyman popped up right before the commercial break. I was like, we're good. We're good. We've got the man behind, like, ECW, like one of my favorite talkers ever. Like, I'm going to be happy. Whatever he's going to say is going to be golden. And it was a great promo, as always, out of him. And then we got to something that I can already feel, like the show literally just ended. It's like 8:04 or something right now, or 8:09, whatever. I feel like this is going to be divisive amongst wrestling fans. Randy Orton showed up and RKO'd Brock Lesnar. And let me say, I'm pretty sure Brock's going to win at SummerSlam. And I heard this, it was either on like On the Ropes, Inside the Ropes, or like one of the What Culture podcasts or something, but I feel like Kenny McIntosh once said, shout out to a great man, that if you listen to my voice, you should listen to his voice first. I believe he said something along the lines of taking Taker's streak is a title in and of itself. And right now, Brock holds Taker's streak. Is he going to drop that to Randy? Will Randy be the one who beat the one in 21-1 or 23-1 now? I don't think Randy's that guy. I think they need to find that guy sooner rather than later, but I don't think it's Randy. I think he's a little bit past his prime. He doesn't have the drawing power he once had, and his current character is a little too jokey. I'm not a big fan of the Viperville. I loved at Battleground the no enhancements needed line, but that's all I can remember from that in Viperville. That's all I can remember from that Jericho segment at Battleground. So I don't know if Randy's the guy to beat Brock Lesnar. Now that being said, I understand why he RKO'd him tonight. He had to get an upper hand, put that doubt in the audience's mind that Brock might not beat him, that maybe the RKO will finish him. So that way, in the match, in 3 weeks, when he hits an RKO and Brock kicks out at 2 3/4, we get that moment. because like maybe he brought him down, maybe he got him with this one, and we get that moment, so it'll pay off later. But my problem with it isn't that he did it, it's that he appeared. Now we are the second week into the brand split. They split the brands 2 weeks ago from tomorrow, 13 days ago. So last week was the first Raw with a Raw roster. Last week was the first SmackDown with a SmackDown roster. They needed to wait, I want to say, at least 2-3 months before somebody appears from the other roster. And they only made it 7 days before a SmackDown roster member showed up on Raw to make a statement. Don't get me wrong, they cut it so well. I didn't even hear the audience react or anything. It was just Brock's face, and then out of nowhere, and I actually mean that this time, not just saying the meme, out of nowhere Randy Orton appears and drops him and disappears into the crowd. That was awesome. It was cool. It came back from off frame, just boom, he's done. Disappear in the crowd, and then Steph's on the microphone behind him like, get him out of here, look at him, he's posing, get him, why is he taking his shirt off, get him out of here. It was amazing. It was great. It was too soon. He hasn't even had a second SmackDown appearance, and he showed up on Raw. I don't think he should have yet. Maybe do that, the Raw before SummerSlam, or the Raw after SummerSlam, have Brock Lesnar come back and gloat and he hits him, get a little bit of heat back or something. I don't know. I think today was too early. It was a little bit too early to have the crossover happen, which is about to make me sound like a total hypocrite. I am so excited every time now I see Heath Slater. Granted, he wasn't drafted to either brand, but last Tuesday he came on, cut a freaking brilliant promo to Shane about, like, draft me. You want to see my resume? Type my name into the network and watch my resume. And he gets blindsided by Rhino. Oh, Rhino's here. Cool, Rhino's on SmackDown. And then tonight, he's like, I'm here with Jinder Mahal. The band is back together. Yeah, we're going to do it. Oh, no, we're not going to fight each other. And 1, 2, 3, Jinder Mahal is on Raw. Cool. So now what I want to see is he shows up once a week on one of the brands, pleads his case, and a returning legend or someone from NXT or somebody new comes in, takes him out, and joins that brand. And I think that's what they should do with him for the next month or two, to bring in more people, fill out these rosters a little bit more, especially on SmackDown. And I think that's a great use of him, not drafting him, but having him still be a presence now on both shows. I love it. I think it's great. I think he's doing good work on the mic, and bringing in new people is great, considering the rosters are still kind of like, still not sure how they're going to do Backlash in like a month and a half on SmackDown. They need to bring in some more people. Shelton Benjamin will not be enough. But yeah, loved that segment. That was awesome. I think I ran down everything I want to say about Raw. It wasn't going to match up to last week, and I understand that. But still some highlights, some decent moments. Finn and Seth had their promos, which were great. It was great. Set up that match. It's going to be awesome. I can't freaking wait. But that goes without saying. Cool. Tomorrow I'll be back to talk about SmackDown Live. If there's anything to talk about, I'm not sure if it keeps going the route it went last week. I don't know how long I'm going to still talk about SmackDown, but I'll keep it up for about a month before I really decide. But until tomorrow, like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment section below. You can also follow me on Twitter @DailyNeitz. And until tomorrow,